A little bit of noise, well, it could be a very big problem.
Certainly could. Our Monday morning mechanic, David Rogers from Keller Brothers Auto Repair, is joining us live to explain why. David, usually when I have bad noise in my car, it's my selection of music.
I thought you were going to say your selection of passengers.
Yeah, the in-laws. Anyway.
Hey, you know, the big thing is that when you hear a noise in the car, it means something's wrong. Something has probably failed or is about to fail, and it can turn into thousands of dollars of problems and most certainly leave you stranded on the side of the road. Let me show you just a little something here. You know, what I have these are wheel bearings, and I know they're not very exciting sounding things, but this is basically how your wheel is going to turn. This is right in there, in between the wheel and the drive shaft, in between the wheel and the axle, excuse me. And basically they're greased, they're lubricated inside. You kind of see a sheen on that of grease there, and they should turn real smoothly. But when they start having problems like this one, where the grease has come out, they begin to make a little bit of noise. This one's not real noisy yet, but it's got a little bit of resistance and it's hard to turn. Once that grease comes out, we're going to start having problems, and they're going to get really hard to turn. I can barely turn this one, and that means gas mileage is really bad for a car that's got a hard to turn bearing. The other thing that you should know about bearings, whenever you see a boat trailer on the side of the road, 99% of the time, it's because the bearing failed. And when that bearing fails, you're not going anywhere. You know, here's one where the grease is gone, and I can show you it's getting rusty. You can kind of see that there's a little orangeness here, and that rust, and it's coming apart there. When that begins to happen, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be trapped, and it's going to cost hundreds of dollars. Here's another one. These are full units. We can't just service them anymore. We used to be able to grease them, but you can kind of hear that noise. And basically what happens is you'll start hearing kind of a howling noise, and then the next thing that happens is something like this. And this is a four-wheel drive unit where the fluid got out of it. It's called a differential. And the fluid fell out of it, and it shelled. It came apart. And this is thousands of dollars worth of repairs, all because of a noise. And you know, this thing, you can hear all that. And this thing was making a lot of racket, and nobody noticed it. When they came in to see me, they said, gee, I don't know, I think I'm having a brake problem. And they brought it in and absolutely hammered. This thing was not going anywhere. The big important lesson here is maintenance inspections and follow the advice of a certified technician. You know, I understand that people feel like when they go in for an oil change or they go in for a tire replacement and somebody says, hey, you need to change this fluid or you need to do this service, it feels like we're being sold something. If you don't trust the people that are giving you that advice, then you're going to the wrong place in the first place. The second thing is ask them to show you. Say, please show me what's going on. Let me see it and help me understand what's going to happen if I don't take care of it. You could save yourself thousands of bucks and a vacation.
Well, let's talk about the other side of that. Sometimes people have the noise and they can't recreate the noise for the mechanic. That's the issue, and you get the feeling like I'm the dummy. The mechanic's looking at me like I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, there again, I'm going to tell you, first of all, any mechanic that would look at you funny because the noise can't be recreated or treat you like you're dumb is not a professional, and that person shouldn't be someone you ever go see again. Number two is that when you hear that noise, the mechanic should be able, in most cases, to take it out on the test drive and recreate it. So ask them some questions. You know, how far of a test drive do you take with the car? You know, what kind of effort are you going to put into it to recreate it? And to really help them do that, take some notes. Write down when it happens. If it mostly happens when you're going over a bump or when you're stopping or when you're speeding up or going up a hill, try to note those things. I suggest to my customers to keep a little notepad in the car and a pen, and whenever they hear something odd or they feel something odd with the car, pull over as soon as it's safe and jot down the notes as quick as you can while it's fresh in your memory, and try to tell them as much about the conditions as you can. Was it raining? Was it hot? Was the car just started up from cold, or had it been running for a while? Were you on an incline? Were you braking? That kind of a thing.
Maybe they're looking at me funny because of the plaid pants. Could be something entirely different.
You know, I'm not even going there.
All the people I travel with, they have to wear the I'm with Stupid t-shirt. All right. Thanks so much, David. Good advice as always.
Good weekend.
We appreciate it.